Welcome. This is a longer practice for your low back. Not so much for your low back, but for your SI joint, which kind of influenced your low back, but sometimes not. For your SI joint and your hips is what I meant to say. We're gonna start on the back here. So just lay all the way down. Bring your feet down to the mat. Relax your neck, your shoulders. And as always, just take a few moments to tune into your breath. And just for a few moments, sense your breath moving up and down into your belly, so that as you inhale, your belly actually rises up. And as you exhale, your belly drops back down. Good, and then the next time you breathe here, let your belly drop down on your exhale and just see if you can gently squeeze. Think about your abdominal muscles, just gently squeezing in, maybe to not its fullest capacity, but just a little bit. And finish all the air out of the belly. And then inhale, fill it up. Exhale, not only does belly drop, but you add a little bit of a squeeze. And begin to turn on your abdominals. Inhale, release it. And exhale, empty breath. And then at the bottom of the breath, a little squeeze. Good. Inhale, stretch your legs up, fill up the belly. Good. And then as you exhale, belly to spine, start to empty your breath, start to squeeze your abdominals, and start to drop your right leg just to wherever you feel your core start to catch you. So for me, that's here. It's not very low at all. I don't have the strongest core in the world. And you're just going to stay. Keep your belly button cinching inwards towards the spine. And breathe into your ribs. Good. As you inhale, bring it all the way back up. And as you exhale, drop your left leg just to wherever you start to feel just a little challenge in the abdominal muscles. I'm really not looking for a huge amount of work. I'm not looking for you to get tired. I'm not looking for that huge burn. Just a little bit of awakening. Good. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Exhale, drop your right leg just to wherever you feel that little squeeze of your core. For 3, breathe. 2, and 1. Inhale, bring it back up. Left leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back up. Last round. Exhale, right leg. Hold there. Low back is firmly into the mat through all of this. 2, and 1. Inhale, bring it up. Left leg. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way back up. Good. As you exhale, bend your knees, set your feet down to the mat, and just take a bridge pose. So reach back, make sure your heels are within tickling distance, toes are oriented straight forward. Ground your feet, and slowly start to lift up. Come back to a nice, easy, simple breath here. And just start to squeeze your bum here at the top of your bridge, so that the fold of your bum, you should be able to feel that that's active. You can almost think like you want to hold a penny in the fold of your bum. Squeeze your bum. Take another breath. Lovely. And then gently ripple your spine all the way back down. Good. Reach one arm over your head and roll off your back. And let's rise up onto hands and knees. So you can do a few rounds of cat-cow first. Set your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, lift your tailbone up, shoulder blades back and down, chin and chest up. And as you exhale, the opposite, rounding your back. Good. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Good. Come to a neutral spine. Inhale. And then as you exhale, glide your right foot towards the back of your mat here. And just take a moment. Lift your left hand, and rather than stretching it forward, just check. So check that your pelvis is nice and level. Your left outer hip is hugged in. Your core is still on here to support the leveling of your pelvis. And then stretch your left arm forward. I'm going to hold here for 3. So think about your right glutes, your right bum lifting your right thigh. For 2. You can almost imagine that fold of your right glute again, like you want to hold a pencil or hold a little penny. And exhale, place the hand and the knee back down. 1 round cat-cow, arch your back. And exhale, round your back. Good, neutral back. And then your left leg sneaks back behind you, and you kick out through the heel. Lift your leg about to the height of the hip. It can be a little bit lower. Right hand's going to sneak back, and you do a quick check. Just measure the level of your pelvis there. Keep that right outer hip hugged in, your core tight, and then stretch your right arm forward. For 3. Start to find your breath. For 2, and reach long here. Heel kicks back, right arm stretches forward. And 1. Exhale, the hand and the knee come back down. Arch your back. Inhale. Round your back. Exhale. Good. Neutral back. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands a little bit farther forward. Excuse me, little bug. And come into your first down dog. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees. Lift your hips. Take a few moments in your down dog. You can pedal out your heels for a moment. Sway out your hips for a moment there. And take a deeper inhale breath. And a deeper exhale breath. Good. Look forward towards your hands. Bend your knees and either hop up or just step up to the top of your mat there. Bring your feet as wide as your hips, hands to your shin bones. Inhale. And then exhale, lots of bend in your knee, and just allow your head, your neck, your shoulders, your chest to bow forward and down. Good. Inhale, bend your knees to stand up. Stretch your arms up. Look up. And then exhale, reverse that to bow forward and down. Bend your knees, arms go wide, belly hits your thighs, and then once that happens, allow your knees to go straighter and your fingers to touch the mat. Come to your half stand and elongate. And as you exhale, plant your palms and just step back, downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way down to your belly. Just a little baby cobra. Point your tailbone to your heels. Let the tops of the feet root down. Inhale, lift your ribs. Exhale, lower all the way back down to belly. Rise up to hands and knees. Push back, downward facing dog on your exhale. Take a breath in and a breath out. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Good. As you inhale, look at your hands, soften your knees, and either hop up or step up. Again, feet as wide as your hips. Hands to your shin bones, elongate your spine. And then exhale, bow forward and down. Let go of your arms, neck, shoulders. Good. Bend your knees like you're squatting, but use your squat to stand. So launch off your legs, stretch your arms up. Inhale, look up. And exhale, reverse that, coming forward and down. Take your half stand, elongate your spine. Plant your palms again, just step back to downward facing dog. Forward to plank, inhale. Knees can come down if you need to. Exhale, chaturanga all the way down to belly. So it is important not to move into up dogs, especially if SI pain is really like current, if it's right here, right now. Sometimes the back bends can make it worse. So roll the shoulders back and just do cobra. And again, you're going to rely less on your low back, taking your tailbone to your heels and start to visualize the muscles of your mid back and maybe even your upper back, shoulder blades. Beginning to pull your chest up. Exhale, lower back down and make your way up and back, downward facing dog. Take 2 more breath rounds. Lovely. Good, and on your next inhale, look at your hands, bend the knees, hop up, step up, top of your mat. Feet as wide as your hips, hands to your shins. Inhale, elongate. And exhale, bow forward and down. Again, squat to stand. Bend your knees, drop your glutes, use your hips, use your thigh strength, and stretch your arms up. Good, and then exhale, heel to your feet together and come into chair pose. So bend your knees, drop into your bum. That's it, squeeze your bum now. Think about kicking your heels up towards your glutes and get your entire length of your leg nice and strong. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Good. As you inhale, bring your fingertips down and just halfway straight with your knees. Exhale to step your left foot to the back of the mat. Ground the heel here. And the distance between your legs doesn't have to be very much. I'm going to focus on my right leg. Bend your right knee, tailbone to front heel. Use your core as well as that right glute to stand all the way up. Stretch your arms up. Exhale, straighten the knee and start to hinge forward from that right hip with your palms into prayer position. But listen, take a micro bend in that right knee. Imagine your heel dragging upwards towards your glute to fire your hamstring. So your knee, it might look straight, but in your mind's eye, you know it's not fully straight. There's something there that's a little bit bent, and there's energy drawing up through that heel. Keep that and see how far your chest can go with no pain and without losing that pull back activation. Good. And then bend the knee and nice and slow. Stand yourself all the way back up. So that was one. Exhale, halfway straight, or that micro bend in that right knee. Kick heel to glute and start to hinge your chest forward and down. Good. Again, bend the knee. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Concentrate on your right thigh here. Exhale, straighten or halfway straight, that micro bend. Kick heel to glute and bow. Same thing. Got two more. Bend the knee, stretch your arms up, stand your chest up. Exhale, palms to prayer. Work that right hamstring as you bow forward and down. This should make it warm. Inhale, bend the knee, kick your heel down, stretch your arms up. Last one here. Exhale and come forward and down. Good. Take an inhale breath. And then exhale, fingertips to the mat. Bend the front knee and just step forward. Take a half stand elongate. Exhale, bow, check it out. Check out that difference between your legs. Bend your knees into squat. Take your arms out to the sides and stand up. Inhale. Exhale, chair pose. Bend your knees and drop into your glutes. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your thighs. Chair pose is such a great pose to get your legs nice and warm. Take another breath in. Exhale, fingers down. Your knees don't have to go all the way straight. Right leg is going to step back and you're going to ground that right heel. Bend your left knee, belly back. Push down through your left heel to stand up. Arms stretch up. It's like warrior one, but it can be a very short stance here. Exhale, straighten your left knee and bring your palms to prayer position. Same thing. So your left knee is going to micro bend, a tiny little bend in that knee. So you just know that it's not fully straight. It's not locked straight. There is a little energy there. And then kick up. So think about your heel kicking upwards towards the glute. And you can even feel it if you reach the back of your own thigh there. See if you can find the musculature there nice and strong. There's muscle activation. Keep that and see how far your chest can come forward and down with very little loss of that control. So you're still kicking upwards with that heel, like you want to kick your own bum. Good. Then bend the knee and inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, come forward and down, kick your own bum. Inhale, bend the knee, stretch it up. Micro bend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Number 4, inhale, stretch your arms up. Work that left hamstring. Exhale. Good. And last one, inhale, stretch your arms up. Notice that warmth. Exhale. Forward and down. Lovely. Inhale, set your hands down, bend the knee. This time, exhale, step back into downward facing dog, just wiggling your feet back. And even in down dog, check out the difference between the length of your legs. How does that feel there? The length of your hamstring, and even how your sit bones feel. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can always take your knees down. Again, point your tailbone to heels. Try to keep your hips grounded and just lift your upper back. Inhale. Exhale, lay all the way back down and take it up and back, downward facing dog. Take another breath in and another breath out. Really good. Come on forward to a tabletop position. So just ripple forward to set your knees down and bring your hands just directly underneath your shoulders. So let's do right leg. Your right leg is going to stretch back into bird dog, and your left hand's going to reach back. Again, do that quick check. So especially if you don't have a mirror, it can be sometimes hard to see, especially with low back pain or with hip issues. What we feel sometimes is not the case, sometimes radically not the case. So belly back, use your hands and check yourself out there. So you want the hips more or less level, parallel with the ground there. Then left arm is going to stretch forward. Inhale, breath here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, just do one more. Inhale and then exhale. Place your left hand down and listen. Put your right foot at the back of your mat and turn so that the heel is grounded. Your toes are angled out to the side of the mat. Your left hand's going to start to bear more weight in your hips as they want to open. Your right fingertips come down instead of your right palm. Pivot on your left knee so you have a little bit extra stability there. And then see if you can begin to stretch your right arm. And you can either go overhead or over top of the shoulder, or I like overhead. I like the side bends. Push down through your left hand and maybe float your left knee. Lift from that right hip bone. Think about like your right hip, sort of like a puppet string up to the sky, lifting you up. If you'd like, if you're feeling strong, maybe your left foot can float. You can just think about it and get it to happen. You got two more. And one. Lovely. Bring the knee back down, the right hand back down. Inhale, lift your right leg, bird dog. Exhale and set that right foot to the inside of the right thumb tip. Pick up your back knee here and just prepare for runner's lunge. Hug your right outer hip back and think about that sort of bony knob there on the side of your hip, your greater trochanter, like sucking inwards towards the glute. And then when you have that, belly off your front thigh, arms sweep back, runner's lunge. 3 breaths. 2. And last one. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Grab a hold of your hips. Stand up. Warrior 3. Again, if you do have that SI pain, the SI dysfunction, these poses are so hard to tell where your hips are. So grab them and really like sense it out. Where are my bony knobs of my hip and how are they relative to one another? Can I almost like stick a skewer side to side through my hips and have that skewer level with the ground there? Take one more breath in. Good. And then exhale, drop your left foot back, bring your hands down, left knee comes down, bird dog. Sweep your right leg back. Exhale, left hand can help you check out your low back, your hips, and left arm goes forward. We're going to move one breath, one movement. So this is going to be inhale. Exhale, hand comes down, step right foot to the back of the mat, right arm overhead. Inhale, breath. Good. If you'd like, exhale, float the knee. Inhale, come back into bird dog. Exhale, step forward, runner's lunge. Hug right hip in. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Stand up. Stay there. Inhale. Exhale, bird dog. Set your hands down, your left knee down. Stretch your right leg back. Inhale. Good. Exhale, left hand comes down. Awkward side plank. Right foot grounds. Lift. Inhale. Exhale, bird dog. Inhale, stay. Exhale, right foot forward, runner's lunge. Hug that right outer hip in. Set your hands to your hips, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Good, stay. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down, downward facing dog. Whew. Pedal out your heels a moment. And check out that feeling there of stability, of strength, all along your right glutes and the right side of your hip. And with a lot of SI instability cases, we do want that stability. We're looking for that hug of the muscle to the bone. Lovely. Ripple forward to plank. Drop the knees, come back into hands and knees. And just do one round of cat-cow. Just wash it out of your back. Exhale. Good. Inhale, back to neutral. So alignment here is everything. Stretch your left leg back. Take your right hand behind you. And again, if you don't have a mirror, it's hard to tell. If you don't have a partner around, hey honey, how are my hips? It's really hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you have that injury about where your hips are in space, because what it feels like is not always what's actually happening. Right arm's going to stretch forward when you're ready. In this first round, we take 3 breaths. That's already 2. And 1. Set your right hand down, drop your left foot to the back of the mat. Turn on your foot so the foot is completely down. Pivot on your right knee so that right foot lands behind you. So left arm, your choice. You can stretch upwards towards the sky or over your head. Push down with your right hand and maybe float your right knee. If you're feeling really good, you can float your right foot completely. 3. Think about your left hip picking up both hips here. 2. Nice and strong. And 1. Set the knee down, left hand down. Go back to bird dog for a moment. Inhale. And then exhale, hand comes down, left foot forward. Set up for runner's lunge. Pick up the back knee and go on to fingertips here. Left greater trochanter. It's this little knob of bone on the side of your hip. You want to sort of hug that inwards. There's going to be a limit. It won't hug all the way, it won't disappear, but just looking for strength there. Keep the belly hovering off the thigh. Arms are going to stretch back. You got 3. Ground more into your left heel than your left toes. And this is my injured side, so it's hard for me to feel. For 2, so you'll see me once in a while checking my hips. Because again, alignment is everything. We want to really isolate these muscles. And 1. Good. Grab the hips and stand up, warrior 3. So again, you're looking almost like a bird dog back here for your hips to be level, your belly to engage, your right thigh is lifted upwards, even though the right hip is dropped. Ribs extend forward. You got 3. You got 2. And 1. Exhale, set the right foot back, drop the knee, hands come down, bird dog. Left leg stretches back, right arm stretches forward. Inhale, breath. Exhale, 1 breath, 1 movement. Right hand down, left foot down, left arm overhead or towards the sky. Inhale, pick up your right knee. Exhale, stay. Good. Inhale, drop it back down, bird dog. And then exhale, left foot forward, runner's lunge. Go up onto fingertips, pick up the back knee, hug your left outer hip in. Inhale, breath there. Exhale, warrior 3, stand up. Even a millisecond, just get it. Inhale. Exhale, drop it back, bird dog. Hands come down, right knee comes down, left leg sweeps back. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale into that awkward side plank. Left foot lands towards the back of the mat. Left arm overhead. Maybe your right knee hovers, maybe the foot hovers. Exhale, place the hand and the knee back down, bird dog. Inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Left foot comes forward. Pick up the back knee. Level pelvis, ribs reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 3. Stand it up. Inhale. Exhale, set it back down. Bird dog. Inhale. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Set your hands and your feet back. Pedal out your heels. Take a deeper breath in. And a deeper breath out. So good. Ripple forward to plank. And as you exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Point your toes, just that little baby cobra lift. Inhale. And exhale, lay all the way back down. Bring yourself up and back. And just lay onto your back now. So take your legs out of the way. Let's do a supine Gomukhasana. This pose doesn't work for everyone, so just listen. Let's do left ankle over top of the right knee. And you can do thread the needle with your left hand through the space between your legs. Right arm reaches around. And you find a gentle hip release here. And again, remember, we're looking for just like the muscle knots to let go. I'm not looking to really, really pull, especially with an unstable joint. I'm not looking for the depth of your flexibility. In fact, I want you to back out of those really deep stretches. And just stay really mild. Good. So either that or knee over knee. Grab a hold of the most convenient ankle. So that will be crisscrossed. Your right hand will grab your left ankle. Left hand will grab the right ankle. Keep your feet flexed. And see if you can notice. And for a lot of us, the left hip, the hip you're working with, will hike up. So we want to just drop that hip a little bit. And then as you pull your knees closer to your chest, you should feel quite a specific stretch into the external rotators of that left side. Good, and let's switch it up. So change your legs. You can either do the ankle to knee, the figure 4. Right hand threads between your legs as your right ankle goes over the left knee. And again, you're looking not for depth, but just release of muscles, and that's different. Those are different things. See if you can notice the difference and discern them, how it feels in your body and how it feels side to side. And if you'd like to take the other variation, knee over knee, grabbing most convenient ankle, preventing any hiking from the hip you're working on here, which is going to be your right hip, so the knee that's closest to chest. And getting quite a deep stretch. Deep stretch is like a misnomer. A stretch into deep muscles, not necessarily your maximum stretch. And I know it looks like I'm quite twist-tied up, but I spent a few years practicing leg behind my head kind of poses, which I think contributed to some of this hip instability I suffer from. So this isn't necessarily the biggest stretch that my body can do, but it's an effective one to release the muscles. Let's come out of it, bring your feet down, and then just take your knees side to side. Good. And then just finish off with your feet together and your knees wide. That butterfly pose. And in this pose, we're actually going to push the low back into the mat. So I know it doesn't look like much, but if I'm just neutral, and if you're just neutral, you might feel like a little bit of an arch of your low back away from the mat. For some of us, we won't, and that's okay. But what I want you to actively do is push down. So activate your core muscles, your abdominals, and push your low back down into the mat actively. Keep that. And for me, my knees float just a little bit higher than they were before when I just let them flop into their flexibility. And I'm just going to stay here. So keep actively pushing your low back into the mat. Find your breath as easy and as like controlled as you can. And then just stay. Yeah, about 2-3 more breaths. And take a deeper inhale. And then exhale and let it go. Good. Go ahead and straighten out your legs. You can give them a little shake. Close your eyes. Let go of all breath control. Let go of every muscle, every bone. And come into your Shavasana. Now if you have the time, allow yourself to stay in your Shavasana a little bit longer. Otherwise, have a lovely rest of your day. From my light to yours. Namaste. Hi yogis, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'll release new stuff all the time. And see you on the mat soon.